Hi yogis, Ashley Josephine here. Today we're back on the mat and we're going to work on 3 poses to open up the heart. So think of these as stretches and let's get started. We will begin on our bellies for Cobra Pose. So lie down onto your mat. Your feet are out behind you. Your arms will come underneath your shoulders. Your elbows stick up into the air. Start with your chin or your forehead on the mat and press down into the tops of the feet. On your inhale, start to press down into the hands and peel your heart up off the ground. Slowly start to straighten the elbows. Now it's very important that you pay attention to how you're feeling in your low back here. If at any time you feel tension or it's uncomfortable or painful, you'll want to stop straightening the elbows. If it is available to you, you can straighten the elbows all the way. But what we're really looking for here is a stretch across the chest and the collarbone. And to accentuate that, you can pull the shoulder blades down away from the ears and together across the back. Again, if you start to feel anything in your low back, bend the elbows slightly and really press down into the tops of the feet so the legs are engaged. Take a few breaths here. The gaze is straight ahead. And you can even pull your belly button to your spine to help protect the low back. Then exhale, peel yourself down just as you came up. Relax your forehead down onto the ground. Release your hands and rock your hips side to side. Then come onto your hands and your knees. And we'll transition onto our back for bridge pose. Bridge pose is a gentle introduction to lengthening the spine, opening up the collarbone, and it's the first step to moving into a full wheel pose, which is a more advanced posture. So lie down onto your back, the soles of your feet are on the ground. Reach forward with your fingers and step your feet in so that you can feel the back of your ankles. Pigeon toe your feet in slightly and gaze straight up at the ceiling here. Then lift your hips up off the ground, peel them up, curling the tailbone so that your chest starts to move back towards your chin and your chin opens up away from the chest. Now to really get a nice stretch in the chest, you interlace the fingers underneath you and pull the shoulders together as if the chest is resting on a shelf and your shoulders are that shelf. Now activate the legs here by lifting the toes off the ground. Keep the gaze straight at the ceiling and the chin opening up slightly, and feel the spine elongate as you tuck your tailbone toward the backs of your knees slightly. And take 3 deep breaths up into the chest, the heart, and the collarbone. Feel the expansion. One more deep breath. Allow the breath to originate from the belly and travel all the way up to the heart. Now to release out of the pose, you'll take the hands to your side and slowly feel the shoulders slide back down onto the mat. Then one vertebra at a time, lower the back down onto the ground. You can pull your knees into your chest once the tailbone reaches the mat. And then roll over onto your side and press yourself up onto your knees. Now you'll be standing on your knees. We'll work into a half camel, and then maybe some of you will even move into a full camel. So take 2 fists, place them in between your knees. This will ensure that your knees are hip distance apart. Now you'll take your right hand and reach it back behind you for your heel. If your hand can't reach a heel, you can take a block and you can place it, or a book, some type of sturdy prop, and place it behind you so that you can press your hand down there. Your hips move forward over your knees, your left arm will reach up, and your neck will open up if that feels good. Now this is another one where you're wanting to watch what it feels like in the low back. We don't want to crunch the spine, we're looking for length and space. Take a couple breaths here. It's fine to have your chin up and gaze forward too. Then to come out of the pose, use your core and pull yourself back up. You can also walk your hands to your low back. We'll switch sides. Reach your left arm up and back behind you, but keep your hips square toward the front of the room where your hips are facing. Reach back and place your hand to your heels or a block. Keep pushing your hips forward. Lift the right hand up and maybe open the chin if that feels good. Breathe into the chest here. Pull the belly button to the spine to activate the core if you need to protect the low back. This isn't about how far back you can go, it's about the space that you can open up and feel in the chest and the collarbone, and that's going to look different for every single body. One more deep inhale here. Now on your exhale, you can walk back up, or you can take your right hand to your back heel so that you've got both hands on the heels or props behind you. This is full camel pose. Keep pressing the hips forward over the knees. Protect the low spine and open the throat if you'd like, that extra space. Deep breaths. Into the chest, open the heart. Then slowly walk your hands up to your back. You can also do this pose with your hands supporting you on your low back. And then you'll inhale up to center. Sit down onto your heels. Place your hands on your thighs. Take a deep breath into the low back and up into the heart. Again. And then slide forward into child's pose so that you can lengthen the spine in the opposite direction. Breathe into the low back and into the heart. So these have been 3 stretches that you can use to help you open up your heart and your chest. If you're someone who tends to hunch forward, if that's just your posture, or if you're typing at a desk or a computer all day long, these stretches are great to open up more space in the chest, to release tension in this area, and to open up our heart both literally and figuratively. I hope that you found these yoga poses to be fun and informative, and I hope to see you on the mat I hope to see you on or off the mat again soon. My name is Ashley Josephine. Namaste.